Hi, Gemini rising sign. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be looking at your weekly forecast starting from 1st of June until 7th of June. So I'm just gonna have to adjust the screen because I was teaching beforehand and I clicked it off, I guess. So let me just adjust that. Sorry about that. So, let's look at the first week of June. I mean, if you're a Gemini rising this week, it's quite a powerhouse moment for you because of personal reinvention, mental awakening, potentially shifting your public path. You are moving from a state of behind the scene towards a lightning bolt upgrade to who you are and your personal brand, and landing at a crossroad where you have to balance your financial security with your career destiny. So, the story of this week is about stepping out of domestic loops, unleashing your raw authenticity, commanding your raw power, commanding your true professional direction. But let's have a look at it day by day. So the very first up is June 1st. When we have got Mars in your 12th house, making a square to Juno in your ninth house. And Mars in the 12th house, it's the house of isolation, the subconscious, the behind the scenes processing. So in Taurus, Mars here can feel like a bit of a slow burning anxiety, a stubborn resistance to putting yourself out there, wanting to be a bit hidden. But on Monday, Mars throws that square to Juno in your ninth house, and Juno represents commitments, vows, legal agreements. So the ninth house covers publishing, higher education, international plans, overarching belief systems. So you are likely to feel like a bit of a tug of war between secret and private hesitation you are kind of nursing, and a major global project, a belief, a contract you have committed to. Maybe you want to be breaking a contractual agreement, but you are scared of the consequences. Maybe you are dragging your feet on finalizing a legal matter, a travel plan, or even an educational program, because something deep in your gut is telling you to pause. This is a buried anger with Mars in the 12th house. And what could make you angry is that, for example, you would like to relocate, you would like to travel with your partner, but they might show reluctance towards that. The lesson for Monday is not to suppress that tension, but you don't have to force yourself to agree to any type of ideological contract just because it looks good on paper, or if your piece, especially if your piece is not aligned with it. So don't let others to kind of convince you about their opinion, but at the same time, these are fixed signs, which might be telling you that you need to remain open-minded as well. Now, thank God, on the 2nd of June, the sun is going to make a sextile to Saturn. So the sun is currently lighting up you, the house of self, vitality, personal brand. That spotlight is on you, and that supportive grounding sextile to Saturn, which is sitting in the house of groups, networks, and long-term business goals. So I think it's a green light to step out of your shadow and organize your network. If you have been sitting on an idea or even feeling disconnected, Tuesday can give you that discipline you need to execute a plan. Saturn in the 11th house acts like a master organizer for your community, your professional alliances, your audience. So combine that with the sun in your first, your personal authority is actually incredibly high. So therefore, it's a brilliant day to lead a team meeting, pitch a project to an organization, launch a digital project, a campaign, but also setting firm professional boundaries with colleagues, with friends as well. This is about stamina. So you really have the stamina now to turn your provision into more of a collective reality. So I love that. Now on Wednesday, 3rd, we've got a bit of a shift. Well, Mercury trine North Node, and we have got also a Ceres and Uranus conjunction happening. So, first, your chart ruler, Mercury, in your second house of money and values, forming that beautiful trine to the North Node, which is in the 10th house, which is the house of career and destiny, and sextiling your South Node in your fourth house, the house of home and family roots. So, for a long time, Gemini rising, you might have been caught up in fourth house South Node trap, like overanalyzing domestic issues, thinking about whether to buy a property or not, staying stuck in comfortable family dynamics, micromanaging your private emotional loops. But Wednesday, that can break the cycle. That intuitive financial download or an asset negotiation connects directly to your professional destiny. I mean, imagine that you're able to sell a property, for example, which you would like to kind of pour a little bit into your business. Or you realize that you cannot let domestic kind of overthinking stall your public growth. You find that clarity, you are ready to potentially speak about finances, financial worth, stepping into that kind of career power a lot more confidently. Mercury is the planet of decision making as well. So this might be about you making a financial decision connected to your business or connected to your home environment as well. Now, simultaneously, Ceres is meeting Uranus in your first house, and that's really an upgrade to your physical identity, appearance, your self-nurturing habits. This might be about you trying out something new of taking care of yourself. Maybe it's you decide that I want to have long hair and extensions and all those type of stuff. Maybe it's a sudden change in your daily routine or a sudden break from even codependent relationships. You might be making a radical decision to completely change how you take care of your body. It can shock your system, but in the best possible way. It can shock others as well. I mean, you might end up going home with a yellow hair, and people are wondering what is going on. Why can we shock people? Because Ceres is about to start squaring the nodes as well in your fourth and 10th house. So imagine that it's a boss who doesn't like your new hair color or a family member, and they might actually criticize you. But the message here is that it's all about taking care of your body. So you might decide to go on an unconventional diet, for example, because Ceres represents food intake as well. Uh, on the 4th of June, Bacchus enters Leo. And that's actually when the Ceres and North Node, South Node square is also happening. And on the 5th, Juno is going to go retrograde. I mean, Bacchus entering your third house, I think Bacchus always brings the energy of celebration, a bit of a drama, a bit of a passion as well. So it's really about local interactions, writing projects, spending fantastic time with friends and siblings and so forth. But then June 5th, it's a bit of a serious assessment. The Ceres in your first house moves into that square with the nodes. So, we started this radical identity shift on Wednesday, and it's hitting a crossroads with your career and home life. You might find yourself trying to actualize a professional transition or using logic to navigate a massive path change. The universe is might be blocking that approach. If you fall back into that people pleasing your family or obsessing over details, you might start triggering anxiety. So you are being pushed to trust your destiny, and even if the logistics aren't kind of perfectly mapped out yet, or we don't see things fully clearly, but we're going to have to start working towards it. Now, on that fifth, Juno stations retrograde in your ninth house for the next few months. Your long-term commitments to foreign partners, educational path, legal contracts, publishing deals are under kind of like a major audit. This might be about you reviewing your visions, as well as reviewing what the meaning to life is. And that could make us very depressive as well when we don't know what the meaning to life is. Hopefully, that Pluto is going to give you a lot of power to research and then find what you get excited about. But does this long-term vision truly give me intellectual freedom, or am I bound to an outdated philosophy? That might be the decision that Juno is going to ask you to make. And take a breath, and let the thinking happen. Um, Now we do have got Persephone entering Taurus on the 5th, and then asteroid Lilith enters Gemini. And you know, 12th house, we have spoken about it. It's the subconscious. It's being locked up. It's an internal prison. And Persephone is joining Mars behind the scenes. So this is a psychological breakthrough potentially. Remember the hidden anxieties from Monday with Mars? Well, this is where you master them. Persephone's entry into the 12th house, it's really about the reclamation of your inner peace. It's about building an unshakable energetic walls around your subconscious, quietly dropping toxic habits and people out of your life, refusing to let the external chaos kind of disrupt your sleep and mental health. So this is the protection of your mental abilities. But internal power becomes, I think, widely visible from June 6 onwards when asteroid Lilith enters your first house. It's sitting around your ascendant. So the desire to mask your true self or bite your tongue for the sake of politeness should be completely vanishing, really. It's me being an absolute authority. I have got the choice over my voice, my image, my mind. I have zero tolerance for double standards or intellectual kind of mind games. So if you're an author, creator, public speaker, this is quite an explosive green light to unleash a raw, kind of unfiltered side of you. Let them see. And last but not least, on the 7th of June, we have got Mercury squaring Vesta. It's a bit of a financial separation, really. I mean, this is a conflict between your financial security and the devotion to a group mission, a project, a collective goal, a friend of yours. Vesta is very much about commitment, dedication to a community initiative, a collab, a future dream, a goal of yours. But Mercury in the second house says you're going to have to think about your money, the cash flow, the bills, the physical security. So, trying to put your energy into both at the same time might leave you feel burnt or frustrated. I think the key here is compartmentalization, setting a firm boundary around your resources, dedicate clear hours to to audit your personal finances, to secure your values, to step out, to contribute to the collective network, but without sacrificing your personal bottom line. So I feel like this week you are clearing out your like subconscious hesitations. You are stepping out of some domestic loops and drama, and then maybe you are rewriting your professional path. Somehow there is a reminder here for you that your voice is your ultimate weapon. You are the weapon. So use it without any apology. Well, Gemini, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I hope these reports help you. If they do so, please don't forget to hit the like, the subscribe button. And it's never more important than now to kind of make comments in the chat box below as well, because the algorithm of YouTube has been changing. So I would much appreciate it. Thank you very much and see you in my next forecast. Bye bye.